One series franchise I played a lot over the years is The Legend of Zelda, especially replaying the more popular games known to everybody. But because of this, I've had a good idea of how to play Zelda games. There's just one problem. I'm practically addicted to one of them, maybe a little. One goal of mine is to play every single Zelda game, but these games take a lot of time and commitment, so why not put some pressure on me by playing against someone else? So, in comes Marcus.
I'm really hyped up to play these games. I've been trying to play these games for so long. I know there's so much to it, but I've been so intimidated to play them. So I'm hoping that Jamie can help me get this.
We both bring something to the table. I bring a sprinkle of expertise, while Marcus offers a unique experience.
Okay, I want to go over there, that cave. Nothing here. Ooh, I do see a chest over here. Okay, I think I can make that jump. Okay, nope, that's way jankier than... Okay, that's jankier than I thought. Definitely not. What the heck is this guy? Get out of here. I don't need you. I'm trying to get a chest. Okay. And, okay, yeah, easy. Easy peasy. First try, first try. What? I can't even open up the chest. Okay, but at least I was able to get back here. Okay, that's fine. Okay. There might be another chest or something around here.
Skyward Sword has you travel through the same areas repeatedly: Skyloft, Faron, Eldin, and Loneru. During each exploration, you uncover more parts of the map and gain new items that help you progress. The very first area you explore is Skyloft, so let's talk about it. I like how Skyward Sword lets you learn the controls with a kind of free-roam aspect, but still a linear path to discover the entire island. Because it's not like necessarily saying like, hey, I need you to follow this narrow pathway and this is the only way. You actually can explore the island, take different paths, take your time with like seeing everything, and I just love how it does that. And this is all before you even get the main weapon of the story. So that's something that I've always like really enjoyed.
Yeah, Skyloft it was definitely nice. I know I have to like come back to it, and it was always so cozy and the warm colors, but I hate the fact that every time I come here I have to see Groose. And the bird, like when I had to get the sword and grab my bird from under the ground, I couldn't figure out the ropes. Like I did the training with the sword in order to go there, but like the orientation still wouldn't work. No matter how I would like swing the sword, the ropes were still super irritating to actually get my bird. But once I actually like got past all of those steps and was just able to chill in Skyloft, definitely a nice area. It's so nice, cozy, warm, comfy.
Once you get the Goddess Sword, your journey really begins. The first stop, the Faron region. Faron Woods is my favorite area among most of the games that I've played, because not only do they set a forest atmosphere, the music for it is always beautiful and serene.
Okay. Off rip, Faron Woods was huge. That first area that looks like a mining spot, absolutely huge. It's a very, very cool thing to witness, but once you actually like run throughout it, it kind of sucks. The water jets, not that good way of travel. Like it's a lot faster, but not nearly good enough. I feel like I was stuck in that area for so long running, especially with the stamina going up too quickly. I felt like I was running for forever. But getting past that and then finally meeting, oh, my one true love, Gorko. I love Gorko, dude. He's so interested in the world and he's so happy. And the fact that I can just keep asking him questions and have him be like, are you interested in this? Yeah, I'm interested in this. That was great. Seeing him was awesome. And then eventually moving on to the Kiwis, having to look for them. Awesome. And then I liked them. They were so sweet. They were like, I'm scared of you. We've only seen monsters. And then the monsters, oh my gosh. They're okay. But like the spinning technique, dude, they're so stupid with the spinning technique. Like you can literally like one shot them just by spinning, compared to actually sitting there and like, I need to shoot left, I need to go right, I need to go up down. It's so much easier just to do a spinning attack before they even notice you and just kill them right away. So Farron was definitely a lot of fun overall, except for that first spot.
Farron Woods has 3 areas that you get to explore. When you first arrive, you explore the sealed grounds, discovering a mystical energy from a stone that's in the ground in the center. And then, as you continue on, you explore into Farron Woods, where you find your first puzzle, gain a next key item, and then progress to the deep woods, where your first temple lays ahead.
The temple was definitely like an interesting experience overall. I didn't mind some of the puzzles, they were okay, but figuring them out, like the actual physics behind them, didn't make sense to me. Like the eyeball and having to make it dizzy, I could not figure. I wouldn't be surprised if I looked up like a YouTube tutorial in order to figure this out, because I don't even remember figuring this out. It was a very weird mechanic that didn't get explained at all to me. Along with like the water, like having to like rise and being able to do stuff under it made no sense to me. Like I remember getting into the first room and there being gems under the water and being confused because like, oh, I must be able to dive, but there's no way to dive. And that made me very upset, like having to like do stuff with the water. I got stuck in it a couple times. I didn't like the water overall, and like the puzzles were like definitely the most difficult part of this area. The mini boss was super easy. I low-key thought like the way they hyped it up, I thought this was like the actual boss, but it was like super easy. I got cocky, but then of course I run into stupid Girahim. Dude, guy's a poser, dude. He's like a weird theater kid. That's all he is to me. I don't. He just comes up out of nowhere, licking his lips. Like, come on, dude. You're just a weirdo at this point. That's like that's all you're bringing is like licking your lips. Leave Zelda alone, bro.
I remember when I first had to deal with the eye puzzle, and I was so confused. I didn't really know what I was doing, and it took me probably well over an hour to finally figure it out. The mini boss is really difficult because I'm not very good with motion control. I'm used to Zelda games where I just go slash 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 by just shaking my controller, not directional slashes that you'd have to do. So it was a little bit of a struggle for me, but there's also like syncing issues. And when I first played this was on the Wii, and everyone knows how the Wii like motion controls were. They were interesting, put it that way. The beetle is an item that you can use to traverse to areas that you cannot normally walk to. So the biggest one is being able to use it to get this heart container that you see in this room, but you can't reach. And it took me forever to figure out where this crystal is. I checked the walls, I would check like through like the little openings and like the doorways, but nothing worked. And then finally, I thought to like maybe it's just a bug. And finally I found it, and I've known about it ever since. But to anyone who doesn't know, yes, the crystal to unlock the heart container is at the very top of the temple. The key, when I first put in the key, it's really difficult. I don't know why they decided they wanted to like make it to where you had to puzzly solve it by like angling it and making it 3D and stuff like that. It works, I guess. I just get a little bit frustrated because I'm just like, where in the world is the side that needs to go to? Ah, yes, the good old Girahim. Girahim? I'm not sure what exactly his name is, but all I know is that when you first battle him, you don't have any idea, him taking your sword is the most scariest thing in the world. Because then you're just like, he throws it right back at you eventually, but it's crazy. The relief that I see after you finish that boss battle, because I remember dying to this person like 3 or 4 times when I first played, because it's no fun if you look up the directions of how to do it. You gotta figure it out on your own. Once you get the Elden script, you would go back to Skyloft. And a key note about Skyloft is you do have the chance of having like side quests and things like that. There's more things to do, which is I don't see that a lot in Zelda games, but you do actually are able to see all the Skyloft stuff that it has to offer. You can start gaining gratitude crystals. You can start like getting all the goddess cube chests and things like that and exploring, upgrading, getting pouches, upgrading your wallet, upgrading your shield. There's a lot of things that you can do in Skyloft in this in-between moment before you go to Elden. But once you put the script in and the portal activates, well, we'll be on our way. Well, this is the end. Thank you for watching, and when we come back, we'll be in the Elden region.